So I'm on a beach by myself, talking to a camera. Is that weird? The Romans knew that life was evanescent. So writes Professor Kyle Harper in his book, The Fate of Rome: Climate, Disease, and the End of an Empire. It's so cold out here that it's hard to talk. My mouth is frozen. I'm just starting the book, but as the title implies, it is about how climate changes, natural occurring climate changes, and infectious diseases contributed to the ultimate fall of the Roman Empire. Evanescent is an adjective. It means to soon be out of sight, memory, or existence. To be evanescent is to fade quickly and disappear. Ancient Romans built grand cities with fantastic public buildings and remarkable feats of engineering. So this is the Pont du Gard, which is part of a 35-mile-long aqueduct connecting water from natural springs in the town of Uzès, where we were this morning, to the town of Nîmes, where we're staying. Now, the two towns are only 12 miles apart or so in a straight line, but the aqueduct is 35 miles long, the entire aqueduct, because the Romans who built this in the 1st century AD, so nearly 2,000 years ago, they had to have it follow a steadily declining slope of 17 inches per mile. But as Dr. Harper points out in his book, the life of a typical Roman in the 2nd century AD was often short and unpleasant. Average life expectancy at birth was around 20 to 30 years. And a leading cause of death was infectious diseases that would sweep through societies and epidemics that just wiped out huge portions of the population. In spite of the achievements in architecture and engineering, the Romans were fairly backward in medical science. Galen was a prominent physician in the 2nd century AD, and the efforts that he recorded in his journals about how he treated the infectious epidemics that raged through the Roman Empire sound more like witchcraft or sorcery. He was using, for example, urine from young boys to treat victims of the plague. But even today, with all of our scientific advancements, we're still victims of ever-evolving microbial organisms that cause outbreaks of infectious disease. As I'm making this video, there is an ongoing outbreak of infections with a new variety of a coronavirus afflicting people mostly in China, where it began. Every day, the numbers of afflicted people goes up, but as I'm making this video, more than 42,000 people have been infected in just the past 2 months with the coronavirus, and of those people, over 1,000 have died. And in the United States alone, just this flu season for 2019 and 2020, over 19 million people have been sickened by the flu, and 10,000 people just in the United States have died from the flu. So life is evanescent. When I read about the anger and hatred that divides people around the world, I wonder if everybody pondered our evanescence, would we do better?